Boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Nolan Hawkeye Anthony YouTube channel. And I thank all of you for being here, wherever you may be. And of course, however you may be listening. This is going to be another one of those quick and easy videos. I will get right into it. Two things this video is going to cover. Number one, former Michigan quarterback Cade McNamara, who defeated the Iowa Hawkeyes in the Big Ten championship game last year, has officially chosen to play for the Iowa Hawkeyes and transfer to the Hawkeyes. The second situation is Keegan Johnson, the former four-star Nebraska wide receiver, massive get for the Iowa Hawkeyes at the time. And, you know, I remember at the time, just so many things being said, talked about. This could be Iowa's best recruiting class or wide receiver recruiting class ever. You know, just tons of potential. Iowa beat out home state, Nebraska, you know, all of these storylines, and it came and went, folks. So I don't, both of these are fascinating stories. Let's start with one. Cade McNamara choosing the Iowa Hawkeyes. Obviously, this is a solid get, guys. I would be a fool to say otherwise. Okay. This guy was good enough to be the starting quarterback for the Michigan Wolverines, who made it to a college football playoff. Not only that, but winning the Big Ten outright and taking Michigan to heights that they had not reached in a long time. Cade McNamara was the catalyst for that. Now, do I believe just because he was the Michigan starting quarterback, therefore he is an excellent quarterback? Not necessarily. In other words, the fact that he played for Michigan, does that hinder my thoughts on it? Not really. What I care about is his accomplishments, what he did in the Big Ten championship game, the stats. We're going to pull up the stats here. The stats that he had previously. The talent is there, folks. It 100% is. He was a former four-star quarterback coming out of high school. You know, so all of those things are, in my opinion, the things that need to be paid attention to. What he was able to do at Michigan, his stats, so on and so forth. The fact that he played for Michigan is nice, but still, his career stats in 2021. He had a completion percentage of a 64.2% with 2,000 yards, 2,576 yards, 16 touchdowns to 6 INTs. Folks, if Iowa could get a quarterback to have these type of numbers, they would be playoff worthy. If they had a quarterback who had close to as good a season as what we see right there, they would be college football playoff potential. Now, what does this mean? Well, you know, I am high on Joey Labus. I think Carson May is a great up and coming Iowa quarterback. I mean, he's on the roster, obviously. I think he has a lot of excellent physical intangibles. He's 6'5". You know, Labus is a big guy. They both can move their feet, escape the pocket. They both have big arms. Carson May, in my opinion, is more of a developmental prospect with the talent being there. Joey Labus was a late riser, but the talent is there. He is a natural gamer, and a lot of the reports for him have been excellent. Now, by the way, going back to Cade McNamara, it's important to note that he has 2 years of eligibility left to play for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Now, again, what does this mean? Well, you have those. You have Marco Lainez, who's going to be coming in as assuming he doesn't decommit from the Iowa Hawkeyes and choose a different school. Iowa will have a very solid room of quarterbacks going into next season. All guys who are either high 3 stars or 4-star quarterbacks. Joey Labus, 4-star. Carson May, 4-star by Rivals.com. Marco Lainez, high 3-star, 4-star by Rivals. So they will have a very talented room. I believe that the two most likely candidates to be the starting quarterback next year will be Cade McNamara and Joey Labus. As I said, I'm very high on Joey Labus, but in the end, I want the best Iowa quarterback to be the starting quarterback. And whoever that is, time will tell. I find it very interesting, though, and this is not necessarily a shot, more just a thought. I find it very interesting that Iowa did not go this hard after a quarterback in the transfer portal. They did a little bit last year, but not as hard as they did this year when Spencer Petras was the starting quarterback. I find that very interesting. Man, have they been very loyal to Spencer Petras. So it's good news. I mean, it's good news, folks. Like I said, very high on Joey Labus. But again, if you can land Cade McNamara, you have to get him. You have to get him. And, in the end, I just want whoever is the best to be the starting quarterback for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Now, leading into the wide receiver, Keegan Johnson deciding to transfer or go into the transfer portal, in my opinion, a lot of this is kind of moot because regardless of who they have at quarterback, regardless of who they have at wide receiver, the system is broken. And Brian Ferentz is not living up to any form of whatever. He's just not getting it done. I said in a Facebook post when I saw Keegan Johnson was going to transfer, I said, Iowa is losing talent because of their ineptitude and inability to evolve offensively. And they are. Now, I don't know for sure why Keegan Johnson left, but presumably it's, I had somebody say, well, he could have left because of NIL. What? Come on. That's not it. If you are a starting player on a school like Iowa, your NIL potential is as good there as it's going to be anywhere else. Okay. Everywhere else is just potential. And again, most places are not going to be as good as Iowa. Now, are other Power 5 places going to be as good as Iowa? I mean, it depends. But the point is, I don't think it's NIL. The bottom line is Iowa has a dinosauric offense. They have refused to evolve. They have actually regressed from last year, if that's possible. And now we're seeing the fruits of that come to pass. Last year, in the offseason this past year, Charlie Jones decided to transfer. We saw what he did at Purdue. Again, more evidence to the fact that it's not the players, because I always hear people and see people say, well, Iowa doesn't have enough talent. They don't. And it's just not true. They have more than enough talent. Folks, Iowa has recruited at the highest level over the past 5 years than they have for a long time, okay? At least in the Kirk Ferentz era. I can promise you that. I pay attention to these things. They have recruited very well, specifically on offense, better than they have in the past. The talent is there, but the system is broken. And much like Cade McNamara, that's why I led into this. Kind of my feelings on it overall is, one, it sucks that we lost Keegan Johnson. He was a very talented wide receiver. We saw what he did last year. We saw what he could do in the return game, and it absolutely sucks to lose him. I do think that it has to do with him not wanting to play in the Iowa offense. We heard what Kelton Copeland said in his presser a couple of weeks ago. He said that if you are a talented wide receiver, it is a hard sell, basically, for you to come to Iowa. And it's absolutely true. It is a hard sell. So I think he left because he was tired of playing in this Iowa Hawkeye offense. Do I know for sure? No, I don't. But again, Cade McNamara, Keegan Johnson, my overall thought about it is, it's nice that we got Cade McNamara. It sucks we lost Keegan Johnson, but in the end, it's almost all moot if Iowa, Brian Ferentz, and Kirk Ferentz are going to stay the same offensively. Can it slightly improve because Cade McNamara is a damn good quarterback? Let's just say hypothetically, Cade McNamara is the starting quarterback next year, or even Joey Labus. Could the offense slightly improve because they have a better quarterback? Sure, but they will only be doing better in spite of, not because of Brian Ferentz. They will be doing better, as I said, in spite of. And the thought is, how much better could they do if they didn't have these shackles around them? So the overarching thought about this is, it's good, great to get Cade, sucks to lose Keegan, but again, the system is broken. And until it's fixed, I can't get too worked up one way or the other, especially for the highs. With somebody choosing Iowa that plays offense, I can't get too worked up about it because there's bigger issues, and Iowa must address those issues because if they don't, we're going to continue to see seasons like we have seen this past season, if not worse, because keep in mind, folks, the special teams and the defense were both elite. This defense was one of the best defenses in the Kirk Ferentz era, if not the best. And that's not always going to be the case. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you guys think about Iowa landing Cade McNamara. Do you think it matters? If it does, why? Very curious what you guys have to say. Just really quickly, Cade McNamara is 6'1". I'm gonna pull it up real quick. From what it says, he is not a burner, but he can escape the pocket. Here, we'll just read this together. This was what somebody wrote about him coming out of high school. At 6'1" and just over 200 pounds, McNamara is not as tall as other nationally ranked quarterbacks, but does have good weight and muscle as he enters college. He played in a spread out system, which allowed him to throw a lot of balls in high school. He is accurate, has good placement and touch, and can throw into windows. His best asset may be his ability to throw from odd angles and on the move without needing to have his feet set. While he has not posted big rushing stats, he shows good ability to elude pressure and extend plays. All right, guys, I'll end it there. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. It takes 1.25 seconds. Like, comment, share. If you guys want to donate, you absolutely can. I love y'all. DBAP, don't be a pussy willow. Facts or feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.